Alright, hi boys and girls. So today we're going to review drawing fractions. This is really important. This is a strategy that we use in our fractions unit, I don't know, maybe every day, close to every day. I really encourage my fourth graders to draw the fractions that they're trying to compare, order, add, subtract. It's just an important way to think about what your fraction really means. Sometimes looking at a fraction like 1/2 or 1/4, 1/4 and 1/2, you don't really understand what that really represents until you draw it. So this first problem here asks us to compare 1/2 and 1/4. You will see that number one, when I drew the rectangles here and the circles, they're relatively the same size. So 1/2 is represented here in this rectangle, and it's also represented here in this circle. 1/4 is represented here in this rectangle and then here in this circle. For 1/2, both of our holes are split into 2 equal parts. For 1/4, both of our holes are split into 4 equal parts. Another really important part of this strategy is to make sure that you draw the rectangle or the circle, whatever you use, on top of each other. For some reason, visually, that's just more helpful, I've found. So make sure that you're drawing your rectangles and your circles on top of each other to stack them. So you can see from this visual that 1/2 is greater than 1/4. Now, looking at our second problem, we've got 1/3 and 1/6. When I drew it, I made sure that I had the correct number of equal parts. I tried to be as accurate as I could be with making sure that those parts were equal. Now, just a little tip here, when you're drawing 6 in a circle, I tend to draw thirds, and then I split my thirds in half, so that way the circle shows you 6. It's just easier to draw. You will find that some fractions are just easier to draw in a rectangle than they are in a circle, and that's okay. I always encourage the circle too for some other easier fractions because you're so used to seeing circles, like in a pizza, for a pizza slice. But it is also really important to get in the habit of drawing those fractions in a rectangle so that you can also see how that fraction looks, especially in a rectangle, because you can always use a rectangle. So from this picture, we can see that 1/3 is greater than 1/6.